I'm going to start by saying I'm at the park. I sit down to do the reading, and the first thing I hear is, "You are not alone. I am here with you." You know that Michael Jackson song? So it makes me wonder. Let's get into it. The Hermit in the reverse. So I feel like there's somebody who has been clammed up within their shell. You know, they've kind of been keeping to themselves, keeping some things inside of themselves, doing a lot of self-reflecting, and this person's made some realizations. The world. They're realizing that that they need to put a close to some chapter. There's something that they have going on within their life or that they've been doing for a while, and it's time that they do something else. You are not alone. I am here with you. We have Justice in the reverse. It kind of did like a spin on the table, though, just so we know. And the King of Swords in the reverse. So I feel like this reading is taking a totally different direction than I thought it was going to take, because it sounded like it was going to be about love, right? You're not alone, I'm here with you. But what I really feel like is this world card is for you. Like, whatever it is that you've been stuck in, this chapter you've been recently in needs to come to an end. And the way that it's going to end up coming to a closing is because somebody has been doing some investigating, some introspection to themselves. Like, there's been a quiet investigation. And they're getting ready to come out and let you know something, that these injustices that you have been through, injustices, right? Shit that's complete bullshit that you've been going through. And this is for those of you who have been going through gang stalking, right? Where community members are trying to make your life a living hell, or where you've had people who are involved in corruption either steal or take things from you, or was on the side of those who were gang stalking and fucking with you. With this Justice card in the reverse and the King of Swords in the reverse, it makes me feel like someone who is responsible for at least part of this is gonna be taken down. It sounds fantastical. I mean, not fantastic, but like it sounds like I'm making it up, like a fantasy, but I'm not making it up. And the "you are not alone, I'm here with you." During this battle, you have felt quite alone. You felt like you were fighting everything or had nobody on your side. Like whatever was going on around you was so much bigger than you, so massive. But there are agents who have your back. You have the Four of Cups. You haven't seen them or noticed them having your back, but that's because they wanted it that way. Duh. What kind? what kind of field agents would they be if they saw you see them? Anyway. But for some of you, even though you didn't see them, you may have known that they were there. For some of you saw them or saw the behavior or picked up on the activity, but you just acted like you didn't. It's like, okay, I'll play along. I'll play along. Yep, I don't know nothing. Mm-mm. So it's like this is not going to come as a surprise or a shock to anybody. It should be confirmation. The Empress in the reverse. Not for everybody, but for some people, there could have been not this investigation against these other folks, but at some point, those injustices, at some point, there could have been allegations against you for neglect to either DFS, CPS, whatever it is in your area. And I'm not going to say this is the case for everybody, but it's like that false accusation could have been the thing that got other people looking in on your situation. Like, for instance, you could have been accused of doing something, for an example. You could have been accused of doing something, but it's like, wrong place, wrong time, sucker. Like, this person wasn't even here or in that location whenever you claimed that this happened. Whatever burdens that somebody was trying to lay down on your back because they were trying to suffocate you. Like, I don't want to bring it up because it's sad, but I'm seeing like the Oklahoma City bombing. Whenever the building went down and they were bringing people out of the rubble. That's how, that almost made me cry. It almost made me cry because I thought of that one little kid, the picture with the firefighter, and they were taking the kid out. There went my kids soaking in water, and I just said firefighter. So it's like, in that situation, your child may have been in a bad spot or a rough spot, stuck between a rock and a hard place. Your child may have. But they're going to make it out okay. They're going to make it out okay. Thank you. Anyway, this person wanted to lay all of these burdens on you. They wanted you between a rock and a hard place. Actually, that's where your child was, but they didn't want you between a rock and a hard place. They wanted to, decimate you, incapacitate you. They didn't want you to be able to move on from that. But anyhow, Eight of Swords in the reverse. You may have been for quite a while, or if this is going on now, you may have been for quite a while stressing about it. Like maybe there were some things in regards to your situation that either were out of your hands or you were worried about people not seeing your perspective. You just felt like you didn't know what you were going to do about the situation. Screaming kids. But it's like, you didn't give up, at least mentally, You had mental fortitude that even though you had bad days and things were really hard, your child or your children kept calling to you. And that was your motivation to make it. Because you felt like as well, outside of physical location, that they also were in a rock and a hard place. Maybe wherever it is that they were, you didn't feel like whatever was going on was conducive to their growth and their elevation. Like their personal growth and elevation as a human being. Like they needed so much more than they would be getting in the spot that they were in. whether for some of you your child was in the care of someone else who was alienating them from you, or whether or not your child was in foster care, or whether or not they were actually with you but mentally and emotionally maybe going through a rough time. But with the Eight of Swords in the reverse, like, you're going to be able to, like, release yourself from those burdens, from that blockage of thinking that things are not going to change, things are not going to get better, or from seeing them the way that you were seeing them. Because I feel like there's been some kind of close to an investigation, or it's going to be coming, where they're going to see that somebody was lying and deceiving them. And they were lying about you. And they're going to be able to see that through these lies and this deception, that this person was possibly a narcissist and possibly doing it to abuse and control you mentally. We got the King of Cups in the reverse, the Five of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Knight of Pentacles. This King of Cups in the reverse is the same person that was... Okay, maybe not. I'm sorry, I'm corrected. For some of you, this was the same person who made these allegations or claims, who does not have, they don't care about you, they don't have any feelings for you, but this can be somebody who is emotionally manipulative, and at some point, you blocked them out. You cut them out of your life. For those of you who are dealing with a narcissist, you may have used that gray rock or gray stone method, where you just quit responding to them, quit having anything to do with them. You don't give them any kind of material that they can use against you. It's just, you just cut them off, right? Physically, emotionally, no communication, like nothing to do with them. And that is what pissed them off. That's what pissed them off. And they felt like that this would get back at you and get them back in. Because that whole saying where sometimes a kid would rather have bad attention than no attention, so they'll act up, is kind of how this grown-ass adult man or woman was doing you. Like, if you're not going to talk to me, then I'm going to give you a reason to talk to me. Like, I don't even think they wanted to talk to you, but they wanted, like, for some of you, they did want communication. Like, even if you come back in and yelling at them, then guess what? They've got you on the hook again. They've got your energy again. They have a back and forth again. But more likely, they just wanted to taunt you. Like, I don't think that they knew that they were going to get caught for a lie, but their plan was to destroy you and then throw it in your face and then watch you squirm as you tried to defend yourself or tried to go off on them, reactive abuse, which they would then turn against you and tell everybody that you're abusive and crazy because of what they did. See a person in the sky? What do they look like they're doing to you?
Like the cloud looks like a soul.
It looks like a soul.
Like the head is turned looking straight at us. And then, like, right by the head, I feel like there's a teddy bear. And they're like this, but their arm is like this. And then
like they're walking away and then turning around behind them to look.
Yeah, but they're looking at us. But are you still recording? recording?
Yes, I am still recording.
Oh, okay.
So my son was saying he said it looked like a soul in the clouds, a soul that was turning and looking at us, and they had a teddy bear. But they were walking, like they were facing away, but they turned back to look towards us. So that makes me feel like that someone, one of you, may have lost a child, right? As a part of this whole great injustice period. Like some of you had your children taken away. Somebody physically lost a child from this realm. And that person may have said that this happened because you were negligent.
Mom, I'm ready to go home.
Okay, we're going to go home in just a second. In which case, go change back out.
Okay.
In which case, I'm sure there was an investigation, and that investigation is going to close, and you're going to be found not to fall, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your loss. But, like, I take into everything account whenever I do reading, and my son's saying that.
Oh,
and the song.
Moving slowly.
Okay. And the song that was playing when I started this reading, "You Are Not Alone, I Am Here With You," you need to know that that child, even though they're not here with you, that they're still here with you. We got the Three of Wands in the reverse, the Ace of Swords. And for whoever that is for, I feel your emotions right now. I feel you crying, and I feel you relieved to have this confirmation, to know that you're going to be okay and that they're okay. And it truly is. It's going to be okay. I've never had it like start off as a regular reading and then like have mediumship jump in. And I feel the need to say, like, they know that you, I'm compelled to say this, they know that you buried them with their favorite Snuggie. Possibly a teddy bear, but it doesn't have to be. Like, I didn't see what my son saw in the clouds, but I saw a teddy bear with a blue ribbon. But I'm hearing Snuggie. And if you didn't leave them with that, they know that it was brought to them. Just so you know that I'm not just saying stuff. Okay, Three of Wands in the reverse, the Ace of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Eight of Cups in the reverse. Just a second. At the top of the deck, the Four of Swords. And I think I'm going to close it out after this. My son's ready to go home. Sorry, I'm still emotionally shook. Okay. The Three of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Like, for some of you, you were looking to either get somewhere else, like physically, like trying to either move or hoping to leave your town and go somewhere else, or you were just trying to get to another place in life, right? Because you have had a hard way in this recent chapter. And what keeps coming up recently too is anywhere but here. Anywhere but here. And it may not be a physical location, but it could be, for instance, just an example, Like if you're living in poverty and you have been for a long time and you are almost at your breaking point or have reached it several times, you know, with wishing and hoping that things would get better and seeming to have opportunities and they get snatched out from underneath you, or you feel this positive vibration as if change is right on the horizon and then it doesn't happen. But with this Three of Wands being in the reverse, it is telling me that this has occurred on and off, on and off, on and off. And it almost feels like a cruel joke, because whenever you do feel like you can get out of it, that you're on the verge of some kind of miracle, it's like it gets yanked back out from underneath you. Like the guy with the fishing rod and the dollar on it, and he's like, you almost got it. You almost got it. And you feel like the universe is doing that to an extent. Or that you're doing it to yourself. But you need to know that the path is being made clear for you. Like, it's not an impossible. It's not an impossible. It's just that some things need to be done astrally. Basically, I say this too sometimes, lining up the shot. Like you, for instance, another example. Like I live out in the country, and if I go outside and I have to go anywhere near the field, there's copperhead snakes out there. I try to get my dog to run up ahead of me to make sure, because if you run or you make noises, like they'll get out of the way. They're not going to come attack you. So I try to get my dog to run up ahead of me so he can scare everything off, and I'll just come in behind him. So this is kind of like what it is. Like you are still not feeling like you're in the clear, like you're in the clearing. But that's because there are things that are happening up ahead of you to make sure that you are going to be okay. Right? Things got to get lined up. Or for instance, like whenever you're mowing the grass, sometimes the kids will run out there and pick up anything big rocks, big sticks, toys, whatever, ahead of time as you're mowing before you get there, so that you don't run into any problems. And this is what is happening. So things are being cleared. It's still in the process of happening. Your grass may not be short yet, but it is in the progress. You may not know if there are still snakes out there, but trust me, they're scattering. We get the Page of Swords, Eight of Cups in the reverse. There's somebody that, in light of these observations, and they're being guided as well, like I feel like you're being guided, like you're getting downloads or you're hearing things, and this is like angels guiding you, right? And this, like the sword of truth, this could be Archangel Michael and Gabriel, I'm hearing. They're the ones that are clearing the path, and they're trying to encourage you and show you which way that you need to go, and when you don't need to do anything, like they're guiding you. But for those of you where you have a child that you're alienated from, or is not near or with you, you need to know that they are being given guidance as well. So for some of you, this child could be anywhere between, like at the youngest, 8 and 12 to 13. don't think that if their age is outside of that range that this is not for you. But I'm seeing that for most people who are in that situation, it's like either this child is in a transformational period theirself where that's why I'm getting preteen, where it feels like to them like they're not a kid anymore. They don't feel like a kid. It's like a coming of age. So either your child is a preteen, or they're a younger age child who is very mature or has grown up too fast. Like when I say mature, it's out of necessity. Or if it's somebody that's older, it's somebody that could have been delayed as far as some experiences go, but they are just now getting ready to move towards their own independence. And where you have felt responsible for guiding them and teaching them in the past, they are at a spot now where they are listening to their own guides, and they know that they are. And even if they don't know that they're guides and angels, they know that there's something that's telling them something, and they are listening. You need to know that you don't have to stress and worry, especially if you don't have communication with this child, because they are being guided. And with this Eight of Cups in the reverse, if they at some point had shunned you, be prepared that they're going to start warming up. And if they have left you, be prepared they're going to want to start spending more time with you. And I can't say it's for facts for everybody, but I feel like in some of your cases, your child is going to want to come back home, and or they're being guided in that direction. But in the meantime, we had the Four of Swords. Where did it go? Where did it go? The Four of Swords. Well, I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Look at this one. In the meantime, you're not supposed to stress and worry and get yourself all up in a tizzy. You're supposed to just find balance within yourself, find peace, allow yourself to have that. You deserve it. And whenever they come back towards you, that's going to be the energy that you need to be in. So you might as well start now. And for the parent, again, I apologize because I'm sure it's triggering. But for the parent who lost a child, you need to know that yes, they come and see you in your dreams when you're sleeping. So make sure you get some rest, because you haven't been resting like you should. Let that be your encouragement to take care of yourself, because they'll see you there.